Hi everyone, welcome to another GVN unboxing video. My name is Dillon Gonzalez. I am a senior critic for GeekVibesNation.com and also a co-host of the Home Dance Film Festival podcast. I am here today to show you the new limited edition steelbook for the 2021 franchise reboot, Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which just recently came out on 4K Ultra HD. It comes with a removable J card, which you can see more clearly here. And here is a closer look at the front packaging here, which I really like the minimalist design. And here is the welcoming to Raccoon City here on the back. Here is the spine. And the interior, you can see the disc, and here are 5 art cards that come exclusively with the steelbook set. From what I've read, the artwork is fan submitted. They were winners of a contest that got to get their work in this release. So here's one. This is the first entry in the Resident Evil franchise without Milla Jovovich, because Sony decided to go more, to abandon kind of that timeline and go back and try to create something closer to the video game series. This is a fresh take that is, from what I've read, I'm not a video game, I haven't played this franchise, but it's supposed to be based on stories from the first 2 games. Here's a look at the 4K Ultra HD disc, and I will give you a look at the Blu-ray disc as well. This also comes with a digital copy, which I will not be showing off because I used it. Here you go, it's a Blu-ray disc, and here is some blood-splattered interior artwork. So yeah, this is the 7th installment in the Resident Evil series. And I had heard a lot of mixed things about this movie. I was mostly looking forward to it because I recently, for Christmas, got this, here's a bonus kind of unboxing, this Resident Evil 4K collection from a couple years ago. I won't do a full unboxing, but it's also a really nice set that had kind of gotten scarce for a while, and I finally decided I needed to have it. It has some pretty good packaging as far as how their releases or the disc are concerned. I think Sony kind of perfected this type of design with the recent Underworld collection, which just has each film in a keep case with a slipcover inside a box like this, which is pretty great. So yeah, I was really interested to check out this new reboot and see what kind of direction they went in. And as someone who is not a video game player, with the kind of really low expectations I went into, I thought it was a pretty solidly entertaining horror movie. I cannot speak to the accuracy to the video games, but basically it's set in 1998, where Claire Redfield, who, her and Leon S. Kennedy were characters that I recognized from a recent Blu-ray release that I reviewed for the site, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which I believe takes place after the 3rd video game. I would have to brush up on my knowledge again, but you can read my review. So it was interesting for a non-fan to be like, oh, I know that name. So Claire Redfield returns to Raccoon City on the night where the Umbrella Corporation is basically going to try to nuke away all of their misdeeds that they've been the experiments they've been conducting in this town. And so it seems like everyone on this one particular night, all these virus-stricken people are coming out and making it impossible for this all these characters that we're getting to know from the game to survive, obviously. So it takes place in a couple different locations. It's more ensemble-based, seemingly, than the Milla Jovovich movies. it takes place mostly in a police station and like a mansion slash lab type place. The acting itself, it's kind of standard for the genre. It's nothing really that's gonna stand out. I do like Kaya Scodelario. I like her a lot. And then Hannah John Kamen, who some might know from Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think she probably delivers like the best. She makes the biggest impression in this movie. What I mostly want to highlight about this specific release, it comes with Dolby Atmos audio, which for this particular movie is pretty fantastic because pretty much all night it's raining throughout. So that has some really good overhead effects that really come alive with this movie. There's also a lot of explosions, which also the high dynamic range video really takes to the next level. You see like at least one truck explode, a helicopter explode. So if you're in the mood for like booming explosions and like eye-searing HDR, this is the ticket. There's also a really cool implementation, which I think is probably a nod to the game, where one scene is completely lit by a character being besieged by kind of these virus-stricken people, and the only light in the room is from his gunfire. So it's really almost kind of like a strobe light effect, but like you're only getting to see these characters through muzzle fire. So that is a really, really cool implementation of the high dynamic range here. So if you are 4K capable, I would recommend springing for this disc, or at least if not the SteelBook, then the standard 4K, because I think it's Sony always does a really fantastic job with their encodes, and this title, even if it's not your favorite title, it's like really good eye candy because it takes place primarily in darkness, and you really want super deep blacks whenever you're watching this. So there's no black crush or anything, and this release is really great. There's also really good practical effects, which I really appreciated. There's a good deal of CGI, of course, but the practical effects in this are a lot of fun, and then the 4K really brings out the textures and kind of the grotesque nature to some of these characters, which is really impressive. So the movie itself, like I said, it's not going to win any awards, and it might not impress video game fans, but if you're just looking kind of for like a solid mindless horror film, I enjoyed it. It's more atmospheric and tense. It seems to build up the tension more than what my memories of the Resident Evil movies are. So there is that. It does seem like it's trying to pay homage to the video games and what made those so special for so many fans. So yeah, if you're a fan of the series, this SteelBook is excellent. The 4K release from Sony is excellent. The quality of the movie is fine. It's fine. I wouldn't go beyond fine. But I was entertained. If you go in with low expectations like I did, I think you'll like it. We'll see. Comment and tell me how wrong I am and how much you hated this movie. But I thought it was pretty good. And for someone who does have this Resident Evil 4K collection, like if you're going into a Resident Evil movie, you want the best, like you know what you're expecting, and then if you already have this, you want the best packaging, in my opinion. So that is it for me today. This is actually my first solo unboxing video, so please tell me how you like this presentation. Give it a like, comment. Please don't be too mean, but it's YouTube comments, so I expect it. Share this around if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to do more of these in the future. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it.